I'm Dr. Jordin Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together. Hello. We are talking about women that cannot orgasm, but this episode is still for you if you struggle to orgasm, if you fake orgasms, and if you are not having the mind-blowing sex that the women in my groups like to text each other about. We use the party celebration emoji to signify mind-blowing orgasm. So if you're not lighting up your friend's phone with sex that was that good you needed to tell someone about it, this episode is for you, Superwoman. Let me introduce you to Monica. Monica has never had an orgasm. Or she says maybe she has, she's not quite sure what's it supposed to feel like anyway. Monica has been in mostly long-term relationships and has had very few sexual partners in her life. And as far back as she can remember, she remembers feeling like a burden in the bedroom, like she was too much work, like her pleasure was just too much. She was too much. Her first boyfriend never really tried to please her. Her pleasure was not at all the focus of their exploration. Just thinking fondly back to the early days of sexual exploration. Remember those days when you would just like kiss and touch, and how exciting that was? Let's all try that tonight. Back to it. Monica wanted to be loved and thought sex was like what she saw on TV and porn about performing. Does this look good? Am I doing it right? She thought it was about his pleasure. They stayed together for 10 years and the sex was the same. It never really changed. After she dated him, she dated one or two other people, had some good sex, some okay sex. She never really hated it. She just didn't really enjoy it that much either. She just resigned herself to the belief that her body just didn't work like that, or maybe other women are exaggerating when they talk about good sex. Now, today, when Monica called me, she's in her early 40s. She's married to a wonderful man. They have one daughter, and everything is perfect. He's a great father and husband. They're a great team, but the sex is the same. She cannot come. She's read every book. She listens to sex podcasts obsessively. She has bought the courses. She has tried looking at her vulva in the mirror. She's tried the jade eggs. She has inconspicuously tried to leave books open for her partner to the page she wants her husband to read. She's really not great at communicating what she wants. She doesn't even really know what she wants. She's planned vacation. She's organized date night. She's exhausted, in her opinion, every medical and woo pathway she could find to try and hack or fix what she feels is broken about her or her body so that she can have an orgasm. She's tried counseling, but the therapist never mentioned sex, and she spent the whole session trying to bring it up, but she couldn't get the words out. She tried sex counseling with a sex counselor, and that didn't even help. I want to tell you something about Monica, about women like Monica. They're always 10 steps ahead. She's the one you want in your corner. when you need to organize, research, find the best details, plan a trip, host an event. She's got it covered. She gets shit done and then some. She runs a super successful business and her employees are needy. They constantly need support, messes cleaned up, direction, and Monica is always the one for the job. She puts on her superwoman cape and handles it. While she would never say it to herself, like admit it to herself, she's a perfectionist with high expectations. She likes things the way she likes them, but she hasn't been able to figure out why. She's created an environment where everyone has to check back in with her because she has never tried trusting those around her to step up for her. She doesn't know what it's like to let go. She doesn't realize that she's treating everything in her life like she treats an orgasm, a problem that she can solve, a mistake that she can prevent, something to fix, something to do. Except the problem with that thinking is that she can't outwork, out superwoman her pleasure. This is the part that no one is telling her, that she needs to be present, lean in, trust her body, face the challenges she's running from, and learn to receive. So this is all mindset work. These aren't quick tips about sex, positions, or whatever. Anyway, so it's at this point that Monica found me. She found this podcast. Many of the women that I work with come with a story somewhat like Monica's. She's far from the only one, and women that struggle to orgasm, can't orgasm, or are just kind of like going through the motions of sex, they have a lot of similarities. They're hyper independent. And I would even go as far as saying women on the other end of the spectrum that have very high desire, but their needs aren't being met in their partnership, also fall into this category. So they're hyper independent. They're reluctant to rely on anyone because they don't want to get let down. They care a lot about what other people think. Micromanaging and absolute fear of making a mistake, letting anyone else down, letting anyone else around you fail. That includes your husband and your kids. So if you're always over functioning for them, I'm talking to you. She also fears having hard conversations. She's a people pleaser. She doesn't want to upset people. And it's pretty amazing that superwomen are smart enough to do it all. Do you know how much energy it takes, how much energy you expend, how much damage you do to your hormones to stay ahead of everyone else, to predict, to control, to check, to double check every single outcome? You have to be a smart, capable boss bitch to maintain that level of high functioning. The belief of like things need to be perfect, and then I can enjoy myself. Once I reach that milestone, then I'll celebrate. Once this happens, then I'll relax. But there's a cost to that thinking. And the cost is losing this present moment over and over again, losing connection and intimacy because your mind is already on the next steps. You can't take a moment to receive gifts others are offering you. You've already moved on to the next thing. You're already thinking about what you're going to give them back. Not good at receiving compliments either. And guess what you need for great sex? To orgasm, to really feel happy, alive, joyful, full in life. We need to be present. We need to open and relax. Everything relates back to sex. You need to connect and you need to learn to receive pleasure and good things coming to you. If you feel like you have to earn them, work hard for them, struggle for them, it's backwards. It's backwards thinking. It's how we've been raised, and we need to fix it. When we treat pleasure like an item to check off our to-do list because we think, oh, sex is good for you. Sex is healthy for a relationship. I need to give one blowjob a month. When we're stuck in what we should be doing, the shoulds dry me up just thinking about it. When we're stuck in should, we're not experiencing pleasure. Superwomen, you cannot do pleasure. You have to become it. So after her application and an intro call with me, Monica finally started to realize that she wanted pleasure and she was living life like literally the opposite, avoiding pleasure at all costs. She wanted to explore. She was realizing she'd never been free of the next steps. And if plan A doesn't work out, that's fine because she had plan B, C, D all sorted. And she also didn't realize that her overfunctioning had built some resentment to all of the people that she was taking care of at work, at home, in her friendships, because she's taking away their agency. She doesn't give them the chance to take care of themselves. She doesn't give them the chance to take care of her. So the work doesn't start with the hacks and the tricks. That's why everything Monica tried didn't work. The work starts with going deeper internal and accepting herself for who she is on a deeper level, knowing, loving, feeling comfortable with herself on a deeper level than she ever has. It's not even about telling her husband what she wants yet, although that was a part of our work down the road. It's about the work she needed to do to feel comfortable, to slow down, to be present, to find pleasure, to feel worthy of receiving the good things in life because she is as she is, for who she is. And when we could teach her to find pleasure in life, then we worked on finding it in the bedroom. I'm going to tell you the truth. So she needed everything. She worked with me for a year before I got a text saying, I just had the best sex of my life. I cannot believe it. I'm crying. Thank you. With a million emojis, including some eggplants and some of the celebratory party hats. So what did Monica need to do? Number one, she needed to address her outdated beliefs about sex and pleasure. So things like pleasure is for men, my pleasure, I'm too hard to please. We taught her that in Pleasure Principles, my 6-month program. We did a ton of work on feeling worthy to receive, worthy to rest, worthy of pleasure, worthy of gifts, worthy of good things without needing to earn them. The third thing we did was working on trust in others, trust in her husband, trust in her employees. Most importantly, trust in herself and the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it. And one of the biggest parts for her, because we did the worthiness and the trust in one-on-one coaching, but one of the biggest parts for her was being in a community of women that she felt safe with, that were like her, learning about their own desires, asking for their needs to be met, working on their superwoman conditioning, working on being present, because then all of a sudden she could breathe that sigh of relief. She could relax. She could take the cape off because she knew that she wasn't alone. She wasn't broken. So it does take work. It is scary. The world is not going to fall apart and you can find peace, beauty, happiness stillness, really, relaxation that you've never experienced before by letting go of the worry, the perfectionist tendencies that you carry. It's how you start to trust, how you start to receive and experience the mind-blowing sex that you thought everyone was lying about. If you want more, better health, more wealth, better sex, more connected relationships, I can help you like I have helped thousands of women globally. If you struggle to orgasm, this podcast is speaking to you, you need me. You need one-on-one executive coaching with me. I'm going to give you the link to apply in a second, but I want to say doing this work is not for you unless you are ready for your life to change, ready to put in the work, ready to feel satisfied in your life and relationships. This work is only for you if you have a desire to change. And we're always going to be scared. Every time a woman signs up to coach with me, I'm excited and I'm scared because we've avoided this area our whole lives. Hell, I know you've tried everything before you're finally getting to me, waving the white flag saying, I need help. And you're willing to put your trust in me. So if you're ready to start having better sex, more connected relationships, visit thepleasurecollective.com/coaching and fill out an application to work with me. Have a great week, everybody.
If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.